Big breaking news. Shedeur Sanders is third string. Dillon Gabriel is second string. We know Urban Meyer was a Shedeur guy over a Dillon Gabriel guy. We watched Shedeur run for his life at Colorado, and he was really productive. College football isn't the same game your parents grew up watching. Forget about loyalty, tradition, and four-year stars leading their teams to glory. Today, college football looks more like $1 billion stock market where athletes are the investments, coaches are negotiators, and every decision has a price tag. Players are swapping schools like jerseys. $1 million contracts are being handed to teenagers who haven't played a single down. And lawsuits, they're becoming as common as bowl games. This isn't just a shift, it's a revolution. And if you think you know what college football will look like in 5 years, you're probably wrong. Stay tuned because what's happening right now could either make college football bigger than the NFL or destroy the very soul of the sport. NIL, the gold rush era of college football. 2 years ago, name, image, and likeness, NIL, was pitched as a simple way for athletes to finally make money off their fame. At first, fans imagined small-town quarterbacks doing local car dealership commercials or hometown heroes selling jerseys at a local shop. But NIL didn't stay small. It exploded. Today, the top recruits are commanding 7-figure deals before they even set foot on campus. Quarterbacks like Arch Manning and Nico Yamaliava are signing contracts worth more than what some NFL rookies make. NIL collectives, backed by billionaire boosters, have essentially turned college rosters into auction houses. And here's the wildest part. Many of these endorsement contracts have nothing to do with actual endorsements. No social media campaigns, no commercials. Just a paycheck for signing with a school. The NCAA, once feared for handing out crippling sanctions to programs that dared to pay players under the table, has lost its grip. What used to be a career-ending scandal is now just business as usual. Some fans love it. They argue players have earned the right to get paid after decades of schools profiting off their talent. But critics say NIL has turned a game built on pride and tradition into a free-for-all where loyalty is dead and money is king. Either way, there's no going back. When NIL deals become courtroom drama, we've already reached the next stage of chaos: lawsuits. This summer, the University of Wisconsin made history by suing Miami in a landmark NIL case. The drama revolves around defensive back Xavier Lucas, who reportedly signed a NIL deal with Wisconsin, only to jump ship to Miami after a bigger offer came in. Wisconsin's lawsuit accuses Miami of tampering and breach of contract. If the Badgers win, this won't just be about one player. It could set a precedent where every transfer, every NIL negotiation, and every recruitment has the potential to end in court. Picture this. College players being locked into legal contracts, buyouts negotiated like NFL trades, and boosters hiring lawyers to keep their favorite recruits from jumping ship. That's not a prediction. It's already happening. And here's the chilling takeaway. This lawsuit isn't just about football, it's a warning shot that the free agency era has consequences. Schools are done playing nice. The transfer portal frenzy. If NIL is the gasoline, the transfer portal is the spark. Over 3,400 FBS players entered the portal this year. That's nearly a quarter of all scholarship players changing schools in a single off-season. Teams are barely recognizable year to year. Fans don't know who's starting until kickoff. For coaches, it's a nightmare. Urban Meyer himself admitted he has no idea how to build chemistry when half a team is new every season. One athletic director compared it to running an NFL franchise, except there's no salary cap, no contracts, and no stability. The transfer portal was meant to give players more freedom. Instead, it's created an annual college football free agency period where star athletes negotiate for the highest bidder, and struggling programs scramble to rebuild their rosters overnight. Some teams thrive in this chaos. Look at Colorado under Deion Sanders, who flipped nearly his entire roster and turned a failing program into a national story. But for every success, there's a cautionary tale like Florida State, undefeated one year, then wrecked by transfer drama the next. Fans wanted player freedom. They got it. Now college football feels like a video game franchise mode. Except this is real money, real kids, and real consequences. Proposed fixes, and why they may never work. Administrators know this. System is broken and they're scrambling for solutions. One idea? A strict 10-day transfer window in January to stop roster churn all year long. Another radical proposal is to charge talent acquisition fees for poaching players, like European soccer's transfer system, where buying a star athlete costs millions in compensation to their old team. But here's the issue. Every fix creates new problems. Shortening the transfer window could spark lawsuits over players' rights. Charging acquisition fees makes the sport even more of a business, which will alienate fans who are already frustrated with the commercialization of college sports. Meanwhile, boosters are quietly panicking. They're spending millions on NIL deals with no guarantee their investments will pay off. Some insiders predict that within 3 years, the transfer market will be more expensive than NFL free agency. That's how far this has spiraled. The legal war is just beginning. The Wisconsin versus Miami case is a preview of what's coming. NIL disputes, tampering accusations, and broken contracts will only get uglier as the money grows. Soon we may see schools suing players, boosters suing schools, and athletes demanding guaranteed contracts with legal protections. What was once a handshake agreement is now a business negotiation with million-dollar stakes. Insiders say this. Chaos will eventually lead to a fully professionalized model, standardized contracts, salary caps, and real free agency rules. Others think college football will always remain chaotic because that's what makes it exciting. Either way, the old days are gone. Superstars in the storm. Even in this chaos, the talent is jaw-dropping. Freshman wide receiver Jeremiah Smith has already been compared to Percy Harvin, one of the most electric players college football has ever seen. Urban Meyer even said Smith could play in the NFL right now. But Smith isn't alone. Arch Manning, Julian Sayin, and other top recruits are arriving with NFL-level hype and million-dollar contracts. For fans, it's thrilling. For coaches, it's terrifying. For players, it's pressure like never before. Every athlete is now a brand. Every decision has a price tag, and every game is a showcase not just for draft scouts, but for NIL investors. Evolution or implosion. So where does this leave college football? We're watching a sport that's become bigger, louder, and richer than ever. But it's also a sport teetering on the edge of chaos. The old rules are gone. The NCAA has no control. Lawsuits are stacking up, and fans are torn between excitement and exhaustion. Some say this is evolution, the natural next step for a billion-dollar industry. Others believe we're watching the slow implosion of what made college football unique. Here's the truth, there's no going back. The future is already here. Players are entrepreneurs, coaches are CEOs, and schools are corporations fighting billion-dollar battles for talent. For better or worse, college football has become a business. And business? Business is booming. If you think this is just the beginning of a golden era, or the end of everything college football stood for, drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you support the chaos or do you miss the old days? And if you want to stay ahead of every NIL scandal, transfer bombshell, and rising star, hit that subscribe button. Now, because trust me, this ride is only getting crazier.